Hello and welcome everybody to our Sparx Global presentation. My name's Scott Hebbard. I'm the Communications Manager here at Sparx Systems. And today I'm also joined by our presenter, Ju Plantanea, who will be presenting on the topic using Prolaborate to conduct architecture reviews. I'd like to thank everybody very much for attending today in what may be trying and difficult circumstances. But I think this presentation is very timely about talking about how to conduct reviews and being able to do that remotely using tools such as Sparx Systems Prolaborate. So the Sparx Global brand encompasses Sparx companies from all around the world that facilitate services, support, localization, training, mentoring, and much, much more. And they support all Sparx Systems tooling, be that Enterprise Architect, the Pro Cloud Server, Sparx Systems Prolaborate, and can help get you up and running. So if the content today or in any one of these video series piques your interest, please reach out to Sparx services in your region, and they'll be more than happy to help and to help set up the Pro Cloud Server, Sparx Systems Prolaborate, in order to enable you to work remotely. And you can find their details on sparxsystems.com/partners/sparx-services.html. And I'm sure at the end of the presentation, Ju will provide some contact details so you can reach out to him directly. So the agenda for today, we're going to discuss how to create a review model in Sparx Systems Prolaborate and how to capture feedback and manage approvals in a collaborative environment. We're going to look at how to engage non-technical users with discussions and modern visualizations. And at the end, we'll take some questions from the audience, and I'll lean on Ju's expertise with Sparx Systems Prolaborate and our tool suite, and we'll answer some questions. Now, please note that audio is going to be muted for all participants, but you will be able to type questions to the host, which is myself, and they'll come through here at Sparx HQ. And I'll be able to go through those questions. If we can't answer all questions live, we'll try to follow up offline and make that available on the Sparx Systems website. Generally, we try and get the video published on YouTube within 24 hours. And then within about a week or so, we try to get the questions answered and up on the website. So looking forward to that. You have the Goto session here, so simply enter the question and hit send, and that'll come through to us here at Sparx Systems. But right now, I'd like to hand over to Ju, who's going to present our topic, which is using Prolaborate to conduct architecture reviews. So thank you very much, Ju, and appreciate your patience, and I can see everything on screen and it looks great. So thank you.
Thank you, Scott. So today we're going to introduce Prolaborate and how to manage reviews by using Prolaborate and the Pro Cloud Server. But before I go there, I would like to describe what is the problem. And I'm pretty sure that most of you are familiar with that. So you have work on your architecture or your conceptual models, and you create a beautiful Word document, and you include your beautiful Word document in an email, and you send to the distribution list, and then you wait, and then you wait, and then you wait. And after a couple of days, you send another email saying, guys, can you please send some feedback? And you start, getting feedback, but in a very diverse way. Some people, reply in the email directly. Some other people modify your Word document, so you have now 3 different versions of it, and it's very unclear who did what, and so people cannot discuss together, and they will not discuss together. So we can do better, and that is what we can do with Prolaborate. But before we go to Prolaborate, let me introduce Eurocom. So Eurocom is our company for demonstration purpose, and we will create a ideas backlog for Eurocom. And finally, we will go into the review by creating a 5G reviews, and we will see the reviewer role in Eurocom and the approver role in Eurocom. So let's start with introducing Eurocom. So why we need to introduce Eurocom? Because we want to give you some business context about what is a review and how you can use it. So reviews in Eurocom is around the Eurocom business, and Eurocom is a fictional telecommunication enterprise based in the EU, namely in 4 countries in the EU: Germany, Italy, France, and the United Kingdom. And they are specialized in the management of transmitter for third-party mobile providers. So what they want to do is they want to explore a new business that is 5G, and they want to increase their market share in the 5G. So what they do is they create a team to evaluate ideas around going to the 5G market, and the team is composed by executives. Most of them, they are not technical people. However, they want to provide some kind of input so that technical people and architects can take their input and implement their input. So they start from the very top with ideas. So, and they create, using EA, a backlog of ideas. So ideas are, very simple statements about how is that Eurocom can do money by using 5Gs. And they create this Kanban by using Sparx Enterprise Architect, and they have everything on submitted because they want to understand which idea make really sense. And in order to do that, they are going to use the review in Prolaborate. So we are now going to close EA and jump into Prolaborate. In order to create a review, we are going to jump into Prolaborate by using my personal account. So I am Gio. I am an administrator in the story of Eurocom. So, and I log in into Prolaborate. I have several repositories available to me. And when I jump into Prolaborate, I see a dashboard that is relative to my role. But what I want to do is to create the review. So I give a review a name. Here will be the 5G review. And we want to decide which ideas in this review are good enough. So that is to evaluate 5G's ideas. And the next thing that we want to do is to create a review date. So a review has a starting date, and that started a couple of days ago, and an end date that is after a couple of days from the start. We want a timely review. We don't want to wait forever for the review to end. But then we have also a second process that we activate, that is the approval dates. So approvals can be a complete separate process. You can simply ignore that, but typically we have a distinction between looking at things, discussing things, but also approving things. So this is another feature of Prolaborate. A enterprise-grade model can be very complex. And what you're looking at here is a model that the SSNA, so Sparx Services in North America, uses as a template based on TOGAF for enterprise-grade repositories. You can recognize how complex and deep it is. Also the fact that we are using several languages, including, Archimate and BizBook for business architecture. And within BizBook, we have ideas, and that is what we want to review. So from now on, our executives will only see the ideas that they have created, maybe in an Excel spreadsheet or on the whiteboard, and they want to review them together. So we are now going to select our contributors that are the same that we have seen in a previous diagram. So depending from the role of the contributor, we are going also to assign different roles in the review. So we have Florian, we have Jasmine, we have Sabine, and we have also, who else? I think we are complete here. Now, when you assign someone to the review, everyone is a reviewer, but important people like Florian, the CEO, and Marcus, the CIO, are going to be approver, and the rest are going to be simple reviewer. Myself, I am a moderator, and you will see what is the sense of the moderation. So now the review is created. So we have a review, we have 14 days left to perform the review. We have 6 contributors and 6 items that we want to review. I can log out now, and I'm going to log in with a new user. So I have to look for the right user here. I think I want to be Jasmine or Sabina. Yeah, Jasmine. And if I remember the password, here we are. So in the moment in which she logs in Prolaborate, she has a different experience because she has another dashboard that is assigned that is different from mine. But you can see that a pop-up will inform her that she has to participate to a review. This dashboard has been created to decide the 5G strategy, and you can see in the dashboard that we have the idea backlog that previously we have seen in EA, and here we have a widget so that we can jump into the review. So that is the reviewer dashboard. We can see the number, the total items that we want to review, and currently we don't have any kind of open discussion, and we have 2 approvers and 3 reviewers. The items that we want to review are listed behind that. We have 13 days left to finish the review. And in order to look at the items, we look at the properties. So we have the name and the status and the fact that this has been created by Jasmine, and she's very passionate about that. And in order to underline that, she's going to create a discussion. Discussions are a key of reviews because it's not simply as, okay, I saw it, but you want to engage in a open conversation around what is the item that we want to review, what is people thinking. And even if Jasmine has not the ability to approve things, she wants to give a very strong suggestion about how the review and approval process is supposed to go. So she liked an idea because she's the author of it, and this other one she don't think that is very good. So she has now created 2 different discussions, and she can now go to the real review. So we have 6 items waiting for the review process, and a review is as simple as saying, okay, I review those things. And you can notice that if we have a discussion, you see a small number near the review. So she has completed that review, and now she say, oh, I like that. That's different. That's not an email review. I have my dashboard. I know exactly what I am supposed to do. And she liked the approach. So she can now complete the review. And now she can also log out. Okay, we are back to the Sparx Prolaborate login, and we want to log in again as a moderator, as a approver. So Florian is an approver, and you can see that he has yet another dashboard. So the model is the same, but each user, depending from his role, has a different dashboard. Florian is a very high-level executive, so he has a capability model and a plan and a Eurocomp 5G strategy in this book, but still he wants to participate to the review and approve process. So the first thing that Florian does is he recognizes that he has 6 items to approve, but he wants to see what other people in the team are saying about that. So 2 discussions were open. So he jumped into the first item and opened the discussion about that. And he can see that Jasmine is really supporting this idea. And he said, yes, I agree with you. And I will approve that because I believe that is something that we need to support. And then he liked the idea. So we have a social engagement in discussions. So you can like, you cannot dislike. That is a good thing. The second discussion is, okay, she said that this one is not very good, but she don't specify why. And so Florian said, you have to be more specific here. So if you want me to reject this idea, you have to explain why it's not so good. What is that you are missing? So Florian submitted also this discussion, and then look again at the status, and then he can start the approval process. So there are certain things that he knows he wants to approve. So he can set as approve, and this one also is approved, and this one is approved, and then he has a couple of things that he wants to reject. But this one is where Jasmine is saying, oh, this is bad, but he's not yet convinced. So he wants to go back to the review and have a summary of it. And you can see the summary. So now we have 3 over 6 that are approved, 2 over 6 are declined, and 1 has been not yet set. And we have 2 discussions that are open. So he decided to invite the team to put some more effort in deciding the one that is still open. So we see that Jasmine has created a discussion that has low priority, and you can share or download a discussion, so you can share with others or download the discussion, but he has not yet decided what to do with the remaining items. So he goes again to the dashboard. Now we can see that he has a status of all the items that he has to approve. So we see what has been approved, what has been finished, and also the discussions that he has opened. He has not yet opened a new discussion, but he will. No discussion has been closed. You can close a discussion as soon as you believe that is good enough. And now it's going to create a new discussion, and this one is going to be with high priority. So we can set priorities of discussions, and as soon as a discussion is created, all the participants of the reviews are going to be notified. And in Prolaborate, you can also activate email notifications so that you get it in your email inbox, or in alternative, you're going to be notified about new discussion with a feed as soon as you log in into Prolaborate. And in order to engage with other user, is tagging all the participants of the review in this discussion, and say, we need a special attention here. So I need to take a decision and I need you to participate. So Jasmine, John are invited to participate to this discussion. Okay, so he is now happy with this work. We know that we have still work to do, but we have 14 days left. And now we'll log in again as a moderator, because as a moderator, I created this review, but I want to understand what is going on with my review. I'm not part of the review, but maybe I am the architect that has originally helped out to create those elements. So my moderator dashboard now looks way more interesting. I have a lot of information here, so I know exactly which elements are being discussed, what has been approved or rejected, and I have a total number of discussions. I don't have any discussion open. Here I have also an overview of the activities of the contributors. So I could, for example, invite people that have not yet participated to the review to join in and participate more. I can see also who has opened which discussion and what is the priority of the discussion. And I can get an overview of all the discussions that are open. And maybe I can also invite other people by simply sending this link. and this link will contain the discussion, and people will be able to jump into the discussion, to see the discussion. So here we have the priority. So Florian has set a high priority discussion, and the other two are low priority. So I am kind of happy with my job. So I did the review. I invited people to collaborate in the review. And now I know that Eurocom is really able to engage also executive in something that previously was not so easy to engage because they are so busy and they are not technical people. So this concludes my presentation. And before I open for questions, I would like to introduce a little bit who we are and who I am. So SSNA is not here to sell you software. We know that a tool like Sparx Enterprise Architect and Prolaborate is a very powerful help, but the tool alone will not make your success. So we are a team of passionate practitioners, and we provide consulting services, training and mentoring, implementation services, standard-based contents, like we have an offering for industry standards, and also premium technical support. If you want to contact me, you can use my email address or go to our homepage, that is sparxsystem.us, and you can find me also on LinkedIn. So, and with all of that in mind, Scott, I will give back to you.
Thank you very much, Stu. That was a great presentation showing how Prolaborate allows people to conduct reviews. And I think there are lots of people that need to work remotely or work from home. There's even been a couple of questions saying working from home. So this gives you a way of managing that information, being able to review content, review ideas and discussions within Sparx Systems Prolaborate. So there are a few questions coming through, and the first question is, are the Prolaborate reviews linked to the review objects in Sparx Systems Enterprise Architect? So Stu, perhaps you could respond to that.
The reviews in Prolaborate are a extended version of the standard reviews that you can see in Enterprise Architect. However, you can install in Enterprise Architect a plugin so that you can perform exactly the same review that we have seen in the web by using the Enterprise Architect client. But as an object itself is a different object.
Excellent. Now, there's a question that a couple of questions that I might field. First, someone says, the Sparx Systems Prolaborate, what technology is it built on? So all of the models that are being displayed are being created in Enterprise Architect. Sparx Systems Prolaborate works with the Pro Cloud server, and that is what allows you to view those models via the cloud. And Sparx Systems Prolaborate has been shown here today. There's another couple of questions asking about, will this be made available? And so yes, this will be made available on the Sparx Systems YouTube site and on the Sparx Systems website, so people can review this video. There's a question from Dean saying, can the email notifications be rolled up into a daily update rather than an email for each notification? So
I have to say I'm not sure about that. I don't think so, but probably you can write some kind of a job to resend emails once per day. On the other side, the role of the moderator is the one that should, push the review forward, helping also people to understand that they need to participate. For example, sharing certain discussions or certain items with the review team.
And there's a follow-up question about the plugin you mentioned for the reviews. It says, does it work with other Prolaborate objects such as discussions, and where does the plugin come from?
This is a plugin that it's an add-in that you install into your enterprise architect client, and that is part of your Prolaborate installation. So it's not a extra installation, but you need to install it in each client. It will be not installed centrally.
So we'll make some information available on the website as to how you can set that up, and we encourage people to go to sparxsystems.com if they'd like to learn more about Prolaborate or the ProCloud server. So we have another question from John saying, how would we create a generic design review for a system model where approvers would approve the design? So John was talking about, today we do design reviews for a full solution and a design that's been created in Enterprise Architect. So how do you then take that to the next step to create a generic design review for a system model where approvers would be able to approve the design of the system specifications?
That's a very good question. Thank you for that. One of the things that you want to be able to do is to review and approve a atomic level of items. However, no one, forbidden you to, include a kind of container, model container, and approve the complete thing. On the other side, that is a possible, risk, because you don't want the complete design to be rejected only because maybe a part of the design is wrong. And it's way more agile if you, instead of submitting the complete design as a single item, you create a review that contains all the relevant items of the design, and you let people approve or reject each single of them. And you can use EA as a agile tool to interact live with the model, because remember that everything that we have seen is present in a model and can be modified on the fly. Like, for example, if we don't like an idea in our example, we can modify the idea directly into Sparx EA, and the reviewer or approver will see the result in real time. So it's a way more agile process, and we encourage people to create, engaging reviews with different levels of review, and not to simply reject the complete set of documentation.
Thanks, Stu. I might just do one more question, and then I'll wrap things up. So it says, can you get a list of all current reviews and their outcomes? And I think one thing that Prolaborate is really good at is that being able to create dashboards to give feedback on the model and information like that. So how can you get the outcomes of all the current reviews that are being conducted?
Very good question. Thank you for that. So we have seen 3 standard review dashboards, including the moderator one, the reviewer one, and the approver one. But as Scott Lee rightly said, you can create a special dashboard in which you have an overview of all the reviews that have been performed. Maybe you want also to have a certain, time, because you don't want to see all the review ever, but only for a certain period, let's say 3-month period or 6-month period, and you will see everything that has been reviewed in this time frame.
Thank you very much, Stu. So just to wrap up, coming up over the coming months, even though it's challenging times, we will continue to present new webinars on Enterprise Architect 15.1 and on Sparx Systems Prolaborate. We're going to discuss the Pro Cloud Server and remote work. And here at Sparx Systems, some of us are working remotely and being able to connect and do our daily tasks using Enterprise Architect, and all based on Pro Cloud Server, and being able to share documents and models. And so it really has made a big difference here for being able to pick up and work remotely when everything's modeled and it's all sitting in a repository that's shared. You don't really lose anything working from home. So I'm pleased that we can still present webinars and discuss some of these important topics. We also have a webinar coming up in April where we'll get a presentation on Archimate, so I'm looking forward to that. And as always, if you have any suggestions, please just email webinar@sparxsystems.com. I'd like to encourage everybody to look after their neighbours, their friends, and take care of one another. Thank you very much for taking time for attending today. It's great to be able to be here and talk about Sparx Systems and Prolaborate. I'd like to thank Ju very much for his time today, and please reach out to him on the contact details provided if you would like any assistance in setting up Sparx Systems Prolaborate or the Sparx Systems Pro Cloud Server or Enterprise Architect. So
thank you for having me, Scott, and thank you to all the participants. And we are here to help you out to be successful. So don't hesitate to contact us to have additional demos, or if you have any specific question around North America. Thank you.
My pleasure. Take care and wash your hands, keep safe distance, and look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.